Hi everyone, this is Valerie from Tusome Books. I am here with Darlyne Bautista, the author of 3 books, but today we're going to be talking about the Kapre in Kildonan Park. And this is a children's book, so I'm just going to show it to you. Darlyne, welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So tell me, what is Kapre?
A Kapre is a mythical monster from Philippine folklore. So it is a monster that lives in the trees. It's a trickster. It comes down and plays tricks on people, and it likes to smoke cigars, and it's used to really share like lessons with people. Although I must say that it's believed to still exist in parts of the Philippines. So the Kapre of all the mythical creatures that I've decided to write about was probably the tamest of the creatures. This one doesn't is not particularly violent. But it is like a goblin of sorts, and it still has a scary type element to it. So, yeah.
Okay. So tell us about what the book is about. What is the Kapre in Kildonan Park about? What's the story? Without giving away the ending.
Without giving away? Okay. Well, the Kapre came about after doing a tour of Where is Winnipeg, my earlier book, which is about a little girl. So the boys in the class were kind of jealous that they were not being represented. And it was a little too cutesy for the boys in some of these elementary schools. And I told them, I'm going to write a scary book, and you're going to be so scared that you're going to wish that you didn't ask for a scary book. So it was just a playful thing. But I thought, sure, I can work with this. So Kildonan Park is a park in the north area of Winnipeg off Main Street. It's also growing up where a lot of the gatherings that I grew up with took place. So family fiestas, regional fiestas, gatherings, birthday parties, always took place at Kildonan Park. And many North End children, and probably children in the East End on the other side of the river, relate to Kildonan Park that way. So I thought I would take a popular and well-loved place in Winnipeg and give it a bit of a cultural spin, right? So we understand that a migration happens between people, but what if we just turned it on its head and say migration happened in other ways too? So maybe someone brought a monster here, right? And so I thought that would be an interesting take for the children to take home. And as soon as I started reading that part, there's a monster in Kildonan Park, they'd be like, oh, I know that tree. I saw that tree. And I was wondering, oh my goodness, what have I done? The children are not going to want to go to Kildonan Park. And the parents are going to be so upset with me. But I go, well, this is just pretend, maybe. Maybe it's pretend.
Hopefully.
I don't know. And I would just close the book and go, okay, you know this story. Or I'd be like, oh no. I think you're too scared. So it would be a playful thing that we did with the book. And it was a lot of a mnemonic teaching, having the children repeat after you with the ha-ha-has, and teaching different words in Tagalog, and introducing the folklore of our culture. But I've also read it to Filipino parents and children as well. And I also get the pushback of like, this is not a Kapre, because Kapre can also mean a very vindictive and a very vicious kind of story. So it's also used in like a spiritual sense. And I did not want to upset or insult anyone that way. So I was very careful to put a caveat in the book and talk about this journey of this Kapre that arrives in a very popular park where lots of children play. So, without giving the book away, it's also a lesson of the many things I've done as a child during all those picnics and gatherings and just wander off. For
just as you're talking, I'm now wondering, do you think it's had that effect on little children? Do you think like little children are now afraid of, or do they at least imagine that maybe there's a Kapre in Kildonan Park, and when you have the big fiestas, do kids go looking?
I've been told, yes. I have a video from a mother who took her 3 children on a hunt for the Kapre. She made it into an event. And so they read the book and then they went to Kildonan Park in the evening and looked for the Kapre. So, and it's interesting because a lot of the parents are second generation. So we did not grow up with these stories. Mm-hmm. We grew up with the Cinderella and 3 Blind Mice. So it's also for us second generation, 1.5 generation. This story is as much of a learning for us as it is for our children. So when the children and the parents are going on a hunt for the Kapre, they're genuinely doing it together. They're genuinely looking for something that resembles what might be a Kapre. So I didn't grow up specifically with Kapre's story, but I did know the stories of the trolls, the duende is what they call them, or manananggal, like a vampire that eats babies. And so I'm aware of some of these stories, and I've seen some really horrible B films from the Philippines on these stories. So I'm aware of them, but in a children's form, yes, I've seen parents of actually showed me videos of their children screaming at trees. And
that's awesome. That means the book did very well.
It was a fun book. I worked with a great artist that put it together. There were so many different renderings of the Kapre. A lot of, no, this is too scary. No, we can't have a cigar. No, because...
Oh, right, because it's a children's book. Because when I was looking at the picture, I actually wondered, how come there's no cigar? Because I saw, because you mentioned like what the Kapre is in the book. But now that makes sense. It's a children's book.
So that you see a lot of smoke in the background, but you don't see the cigars. And tobacco being another sacred item, I believe, in our culture. So, yeah, so it was very, very, very toned down for children. So.
It's a very fun book to read. So, about the ending. We're not giving it away, but I found it to be not very, but it was kind of cheeky. I'm just curious to know what would you say is the takeaway that you were going for?
Oh, the cheekiness of it without giving it away.
It's really hard.
Sorry. I wanted to leave it a bit of a mystery. What did grandfather really know? Mm-hmm. And what is the Kapre mean? Or is the Kapre like friendly? What do we actually know of the Kapre if it came to Canada? Mm-hmm. So I think that's how I left it, because I did not really know how to end it. Mm-hmm. I didn't want it to be vicious. I didn't want it to be mean. I still wanted it to be friendly. Like as I see, even all monsters are maybe just misunderstood in some way.
Sure.
So I didn't want the children to have the sense of an enemy, or maybe it's a friend, maybe it's not a friend, maybe it's just a trickster, right? So those are some of the ideas I had with the ending there. Yeah, without giving it away.
It was very, I mean, the book was pretty awesome. I enjoyed it. I love the illustrations. And yeah, I think it's also helpful in, learning a few new things because I didn't know about a Kapre before. That was definitely new.
Thank you. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to put together. Yeah.
Awesome. So thanks for doing this. I definitely enjoyed talking to you, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. You as well.
Thank you.